What's up, great girlfriends? It's Sybil here, and this pod mama has a pod baby. That's right, the Grace Podcast, which is a spiritual development podcast dedicated to helping you grow in your relationship with God through the Word of God. Listen in each week as we take your life, plug it into scriptures, and refresh it with biblical insights to make you more bold and brave each day. You can log on to my website, sybilamuti.com, to catch up on the most recent episodes and leave your iTunes review. Thank you for listening.
Welcome to the Great Girlfriends Podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. We're your hosts. I'm Brandis Daniel.
I'm Sybil Amuti.
And we have
Deondra Henderson.
And Kwaku Amuti.
Hey! Hey!
So exciting. Oh my goodness, ladies, you are in for a treat.
Yes!
Our first man guest.
Y'all better get in with that bass on the call.
Our great boyfriend.
We brought some muscle in today, and Dee Dee is our millennial dating expert. So we love calling on Dee Dee.
Yes, I love it. Sybil, what's been going on in your world?
Well, a little bit of this and that. My boo, this weekend I told you we had a mega date weekend, and today we actually extended the date after we took the kids to that birthday party I was telling you about earlier. We snuck away to go look for new TVs and go to Chick-fil-A. So that was like a little short date we took real quick.
Nice. Did y'all get a TV?
No, but we got Chick-fil-A. We got Chick-fil-A and some quality time. Right?
That works.
Yeah. What about you? What y'all been doing?
Oh, girl, snuggling in this cold weather.
I know that's right.
I mean, today I was supposed to get out the bed and go work out, but it was so cold. I texted Nia last night and told her that I needed a day off.
Did you work out on Saturday?
I didn't know.
Okay, I was say Saturday was like -2, right?
I know. No, I didn't do anything on Saturday. What did we do Saturday? Actually, I feel like we did get up and go somewhere Saturday, but I cannot even remember right now what we did. We did something. Oh, I know what happened. Joy came over with her cute little baby Gabe.
He's so adorable.
He is adorable.
Oh, so cute.
Adorable. So they dropped by on Saturday.
Nice. Dee Dee, what you been up to?
Chilling, man. Living a single girl life in the city.
Oh my gosh. I remember those days many, many, many years ago. Like what?
Many years for you, Sybil.
Like 14 years ago, I was single in the city. It was a whole different ball game.
That was when you were young.
Excuse me, pause. Hold on. You're supposed to correct her on that.
I'm just a guest.
So young is fine. Yes, I am.
Very true. Very true.
I'm just taking now.
I've
been snatched.
That's when you were young, girl. Young and single in the city.
Yes, we're so excited because we wanted to have sort of an impromptu conversation around dating. And be it that Brandis and I do retired external dating. We now do external dating. We thought we'd bring on Dee Dee because Deondra Henderson, because Deondra is young and beautiful and amazing and energetic, and she's out dating and kind of experiencing this new culture that Brandis and I are kind of foreign to. I mean, we hear about it from our friends, but we don't really know it. And then Kwaku is a man expert.
Wow.
And I say
That's deep.
I say that because I know him personally as a husband.
Exactly.
Is the one who swept me off my feet. He's that kind of guy that I think any woman would be amazed and honored to have. So I feel like, yeah. I mean, he's obviously not.
Let me see his face. I need to see Kwaku's face.
Look at his face.
Look like
say this one more time. He's not available.
He looks like a grown-up Sam.
He does look like a grown-up Sam. So cute. But seriously, I mean, between Rich and Kwaku, we really got some treasures. And, our dream and goal is for all of our great girlfriends to be able to navigate the dating world and be swept away by these fantastic guys. So from the dating world to the final destination, we thought we'd bring together a show, right?
Yeah, and it should be fun. We're going to have some fun with this one. I'm excited about it.
And let me just say this disclaimer again. We are not experts.
We are experts at being us.
We're experts at being us.
Yes.
But don't call us no dating experts. We don't know nothing about it. I'm just kidding. But no, we really do want to have the conversation because we don't want to pretend that everyone is married with kids. That's not the case.
Absolutely not. And you know what? I feel like things have changed so much.
Girl.
So I think it's a great conversation to start because I don't know if things are the same as what they were when I was out here dating.
Let me tell you for a fact, they are not the same from when I last dated.
Yeah, it's been a shift happening.
First of all, you had to call people and they had to answer in order to transact the date.
Yes. That
so whole true. Thing, like it was a whole voice exchange, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like we are like we're early texters.
That's so true.
Deondra, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like the pool is a lot bigger than it used to be when we dated. Because I didn't have the world to date. I didn't have options in the world. I had my local area.
Right.
Yeah. And
like
I think New York is so big that it's just like...
Well, and then you got the internet.
Yeah. And internet dating is huge right now.
Yeah.
We didn't have...
No, I had to see a girl on the street and,
and holla. And holla.
Get her.
You had to have your game.
Yeah, your game had to be tight on the street.
Like you had to,
yeah. You couldn't be the hello miss guy because that was every guy.
Yeah.
You had to come with something that was completely unique to yourself and see if, make her laugh or get her interested. That? No.
She said, now you just swipe left or right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Tinder? That's Tinder.
I don't know what it is. eHarmony, what is it?
No, it's Tinder.
It's Tinder, see? How you know though?
Because Emily did it. I was doing it with Emily.
Was Emily out there on this podcast? Hold on a minute, baby.
Because a friend of ours had done it before, and she let me see her phone, and it was pretty interesting. But how can you trust the pictures?
I did it for like 3 days, and it's awful. It's scary because Tinder goes by the radius that's around you, so they could be within a mile of you, so you can get on the subway and run into this person.
Wait, but do they know that you're you?
Yeah, because they just saw your pictures.
Oh, that's weird.
But that could be a whole bunch of other stuff with these YouTube tutorials on makeup. Half of these girls don't look nothing like the picture anymore.
Well, and half of these the Photoshop apps that they got on the phone.
That's what I was going to say. There's an app where you hold your phone up, focus it in, and it beats your face.
See?
What?
I have...
What?
First of all, I need the app.
You mean I'm out here, not looking beat on some of my pictures when I can just tap an app?
It'll contour your whole face.
Oh, I need that. What's the name of that app?
I don't know. I have to ask.
That's all right. I'm going to find that tonight. My whole Instagram game.
Ladies, we're going to find the name of that app and we putting that in the show notes.
Okay, but anyway, let's start from the beginning. What do people call dating these days?
Talking. We're just talking.
That hasn't changed.
So dating is like getting to know someone.
Yeah. Yes, because dating gives you a right to have more than one person you're not committed yet.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. No, look, Kwaku's making a strange face, but that's true because exclusive dating is different from just dating.
Yeah, okay.
Versus, what did we define dating as, Brandis?
I think we define dating as the same way. I don't think I define dating any different.
Me neither. I think it was just about the same of getting to know someone.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like though, I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the thing that's changed with dating now is, I remember when I first moved to New York dates were like a marathon. I mean, literally, you hit like 3-4 spots. I mean, a guy was probably spending $500 to $1,000 on a date in a night. I don't see that now.
No.
I don't see that. I'm just like, no.
I've actually heard something that now they just go get drinks.
Yes, you go get drinks, or it depends on how bougie you are. You may just go get a coffee.
Oh my God. Wow.
I'm gonna really date myself here. Really, really date myself. But back in my day, it used to if you took a girl to the Red Lobster, like that was it. Like you were making it known.
You can't say Red Lobster now. Beyonce just killed it.
That she was top tier.
So that's okay. So basically what we're saying is dating is still, so we're all clear, it's still getting to know someone or someone's.
Yeah, I just think it's different in terms of how guys approach dating now. Like I watch, people close to me. I can't put them out there on Front Street. I watch people that are close to me, and he's not dating. He's like, literally, I don't even think he goes out and spend any money on dates whatsoever. So he's around 23 years old. Is he?
But that's because, no, he does not spend money.
He does not spend money on dates at all.
And probably has a different girl for every day of the week.
And I said to him, I said, how are you even having money with all these dates you got? Because back in the day, New York dates were serious. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, it was like we would go to dinner, then we go like for drinks after dinner, and then we like go shoot pool. It was like a marathon date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No. And so what did he say?
He was like, oh man, ain't no way in the world.
So wait, are they taking him out?
I don't know.
I'm wondering. So because it kind of has me wondering. So basically, I'm wondering if everybody agrees on what dating is. I guess we are all missing it in terms of how it should take place, like what the ground rules are. Because
I think the ground rules and the standards.
Yeah, because there's no reason why this guy and other guys like him should be able to have access to women without paying the entrance fees.
Mm.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kwaku.
From a man's perspective, too many women have 14-day trials.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, so you go do one trial because you got lots of other trials out there.
Because I can sign up for something else later.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's so true.
Okay, so if I was single...
Go on, Kwaku. Kwaku got a word in him. He got a word in him. Go on, Kwaku.
Listen, pick your face up right now. He can't see you. If you on the pod, if you're listening... It's okay. It's gonna be all right. He gonna heal that one later. What do you mean by the 14-day trial? What do you think? What are you implying?
Go on. You cannot hold back.
No,
don't pinch it.
No.
Say it.
I'm not. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, guys. We generally, I say it like this: we like the most attractive and difficult challenge to go after, but if we find something free along the way, we will pick it up.
Mm.
But then as a woman, how do we balance that? Like, what's too easy and what's too hard? Like, how do you?
That's a great question, Dee Dee. So what's too easy?
Too easy is being into us. And I know one term that young guys use now, being thirsty.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so what is thirst? In a man's eye?
Thirst is you letting me know that you're really, really into me right off the bat.
Yes.
I don't need to know that.
Which means giving too much access to me?
Yes.
Like skin?
Yes. Men, I honestly feel like, as being a man and being, dating in the whole nine, but you want a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Think about it. That's why we play sports.
Right.
That's why everything becomes a conquest to us because there's a challenge involved. Mm-hmm. There is I didn't have it before. I worked very hard and now I have it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be that man's championship.
Ooh.
Y'all tweet on this cast.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But
I feel so honored right now. The championship?
Yes.
Super ring, girl.
But too many women make it too easy. Now, there's still going to be women that make it easy, but you don't want the guy that goes for that.
Yeah.
If you
say that one more time. That is very true. You don't want the guy that goes for the easy girls.
No matter how good looking he is, no matter how good looking, because he'll get ugly over time. There has to be a level of challenge to you now, but not too much. Don't hit it, and we'll talk about that. Don't hit him with the independent woman thing. We've heard that enough. Independent women don't have to say it. The independent woman is it already.
Yes.
But make it something for him where he's challenged by you, where he's got to sit home and think, man, I really want to call her, but I don't know because I don't want to feel like I like her too much. Like, where's that game?
I don't think that game is out there no more because these women, look at me, because we as women, look, let me come back to our team, because we as women have stopped putting that kind of challenge out there.
Yeah.
We make it so easy.
You know what it is, though? What I feel like it is, and a lot of our women are going to chime in on that Facebook group. I can feel it coming. I feel it. It's all good. We're ready. But I really do feel like it's that whole global access thing that makes us, and that competitive piece of us that makes us feel like, and, some of the things that we're seeing visually, a lot of our guys, we talked about this before, Kwaku Babe, is a lot of stuff we see with our guys. A lot of our guys have chosen guys, right?
Yeah.
Or a lot of our guys are choosing women that don't look like us and things like that. Or it gets confusing to us sometimes about what men's standards are. So it makes us feel like the pool is tighter and that there's less to choose from and that we need to act fast. So I feel like a lot of women get thirsty because they're anxious because of that scarcity message. What do you say to all that?
My personal opinion about that is you don't have to worry about that if you're bad to the bone. If you know that you are that chick, if you rock like that chick, there could be 80,000 girls out there, but there's not you.
You better. You gonna make me scream and wake Sky up.
I mean, if you...
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Define bad to the bone? Maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe women don't have the identity now. Maybe they don't know that they're already bad to the bone because they're so busy looking at other women. And some of the images make us think that we're not bad to the bone if the portrayal says that a certain type of person is bad to the bone.
Well, I think there's a misconception first to address that we men just go for what we see. Now, we are very visual creatures. I mean, that's why you'll see men lined up at the Walmart at a TV stand, the TV stand looking at stuff. But Deondra, go.
I think you have to, for my age group, bad to the bone is totally different for you guys' generation. Because our guys are now, everybody wants a Kim K. That's what they want. And so, and like you said, those guys that wants the easy girl, those aren't the guys that you want. But some of those guys appear to be on the list that we have. But again, they want a Kardashian girl. So then when that guy comes and he wants me, I'm just like, okay, what do I need to do to make sure you stay around? But then that's thirsty and I become that easy girl. But that's not really who I am. But that's how I feel because that's the trend amongst the millennials these days.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the trend will change. I mean, no disrespect to a Kardashian because, they are who they are. Right. And the men that they choose are the men that are capable of handling them, of handling everything that comes with them. But I would say to all those guys in that millennial generation, you may think you want one, but you don't have a clue what you're getting into. You're just looking outwardly. But what happens when she goes home and she's got the head rag on and she doesn't have makeup on and all that kind of stuff? She's probably a different looking woman. And do you really want that? Or are you just attracted to the pictures that you see out there? Like a smart man knows, I told Sybil this early on when we dated, I want to see you when you're not made up. that's what I'll fall in love with.
Or without your body shaper or your booty pops or your eyelashes. There's so much you can add to yourself. Now that just makes it all, it's so fake. Like dating is so hard because you're competing with these fake girls.
But let me tell you this. Oh, go ahead, Brandis.
No, but what I was going to say was one thing that I don't think has changed is guys still want a challenge. I don't think that's changed because I talked to another younger guy. He's around in his 20s as well. And one of the things he said was that women, like, literally, they have it in the bag when he first meet them. And they let it go so quickly. Like, they have all the power at first, but they let it go so quickly because they don't present a challenge to him. And so I think that part of a guy, I don't think that'll ever change. Like, even if you go back to like the 19th centuries and look at those old love letters, men always want a challenge. They always want a conquest. I don't think that's going to change.
He's smart, though. Like, he's one of the smart ones. You have to think about the other person we were talking about. They had a conversation with me and was basically like, yes, we want the challenge, but like you said, you're too challenging. This easy girl came along, so bye.
And you know what? I'm going to say this, Edie, because I feel like you meet a guy at a certain age or stage and they are not looking for the same thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
So someone who might meet this 23, or there's some 23s and 20s who are ready to be married, and that's great. I don't know, if that's the popular mindset at that age. I do feel like guys, once they've gained a sense of independence and income and ability at a certain age, you graduate college or whatever, you got a good job, you now got money in your pocket, you can do a few more lavish things than you could do before. I think they start going through this deeply exploratory stage at like between 21 and like 29, 40, right? 45, 50.
What?
I think so too. I think that is absolutely true.
But women, once we finish college, our minds shift to a more stable point because we start looking for things that are going to like stabilize our world and sort of cement our world more. So we're saying, all right, we start hitting milestones. I graduated, I got a job or whatever. My career's in this place. I'd love to meet someone amazing. I'd love to start having kids. And we start going through a different cycle. But I feel like with guys, their cycles shift. The timing is where we kind of miss it somewhere because once guys in college tend to struggle more than we do. We in college will have a job. We have our dads and moms supporting us or whatever be the case. Guys in college, guys be in flip-flops and Adidas, like, socks, like figuring it out. When they get that job and they have access, it means something different to them.
And now they can go out and date all these girls that wouldn't holler at them in college.
Exactly. So they start going city to city, shore to shores, Tinder to eHarmony, and they start that conquest. And they have the means to do it. And we're just like, what is wrong with them? They're not into relationships. They're not ready because they're experiencing something they never had before. And I do. Do you feel like the timing of our cycles are a bit different, babe?
I would agree. I would agree because you, like you said, you have better resources at that time. So if you were in college and you were not the guy and you didn't have any money and, I was the socks and flip-flops guy. But if you were that guy and then you come into a little money now and you can dress a little better and you have an apartment and you start to gain the things that or tradition that that a woman, associates with a grown-up man. Yeah, you start to feel it a little bit like I'm going to go out and quote unquote sow my wild oats or whatever it's called. You do feel that way. So trying to catch a 23-year-old guy, a 24-year-old guy, and get him positioned to marry, it's like trying to hug a hurricane. Like it doesn't work.
That's hilarious. No, it's probably true though. That's something that just hit me. Like literally, our expectations are different in that stage. They really are, and I honestly feel like that's part of our issue. And like I said, for guys, I feel like that runs a lot longer than it does with women because I know biologically things do shift in our bodies, and we want different things out of the world at different ages.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. There's nothing wrong with wanting that at all. Just like there's nothing wrong with that guy wanting to make sure and go out and experience things. Because what he's really doing subconsciously is saying, let me make sure that by the time I do settle down with that amazing woman, that I don't have a second thought of, oh, I should have been out in the streets. Because every guy, it's almost assured that every guy has that one friend who has not settled down, however old he is, and he's still in the streets, and he's still doing his thing, and he's still dating multiple women. But we get to a certain point in our lives where we look at that guy. First, we look at him, he's like, man, he must be living it up. And then over time, you keep watching him and like, oh man, he's really struggling. He's spending a lot of money. You know, he's divided between I don't know how many women. He can't keep his life straight. He's tired all the time. And then you look back and you're like, I'm glad I didn't get to that point when I got older. I'm glad that at that point, at the point where I decided I settled down and I just said, okay, this is where I'm going to, well, let me dispel this. It's not settling down. It's actually starting a new exciting part. Like, there's nothing to say for guys. There's nothing to say that getting with that one woman can't be just as exciting as having 4 to 5 women. It's actually easier to manage. But then 2, it can be as spicy, as exciting as whatever as you make it. You just have to invest in it. But yeah, at 23, at 22, 23, 24, even 25,
30,
26, 27,
27. Some guy just 30.
42. I mean, I'm just saying, it's a bunch of players out there. I'm like, man.
But I can guarantee you this. I'm sorry. I mean, to all my guys out there, I'm sorry, but this is true. They want to settle down with a really amazing woman.
So what it is we as women have to learn how to challenge their lifestyles in a way that sparks something different. Meaning, Dee, like you said, you meet these guys and you have your list and they have their list. Well, if you don't have compatibility with a person at 24, it doesn't mean that at 30 you might have compatibility. You might meet him at 24 and he's out in the streets. You're not the woman for him at that stage. You might meet him 3 years later and he's done with the streets. You know what I mean? Like, the lists they match up at different times. I guess, I don't know. Do you feel like women, Dee, do you feel like you have a long list of expectations for a guy?
My list is shorter now.
Okay. What's on your list? Do you mind us asking?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. 1, obviously, he has to love Jesus.
Okay.
2, he has to be, I kind of broke this rule once, but he has to be taller than me because my little brother is about 6'2".
Okay. And how tall are you, Dee?
Like 5'7".
Okay, that ain't hard.
So he's got to be 5'8".
Yeah.
But what about heels? Because people have rules.
I was going to say, no, I'm not a heel girl, so
okay.
I'm not too strict on that. He has to be smart. He has to be funny. It could be dry humor, but he can't be too loud. Like, he can't walk in the party and be like, hey, I'm here. It's like, nah, you just need to sit there and people just need to know you funny.
This is great. What else?
He has to have a relationship with his mom or like some kind of motherly figure. I think that's very important to me. What, Kwaku?
No, it's noise upstairs.
I'm gonna let you finish.
With his mom, I would like someone with a positive male figure in his life. He has to be goal-oriented. What?
Keep going, please. I'll tell you exactly who you're describing. I think I know him. Go ahead.
Okay. He has to be goal-oriented, and those are the must.
What about money?
At my age, he doesn't have to be rich, but we have to be working towards it.
Okay. Can he have kids?
No.
Okay, so he can't have kids. Is that a must?
It has to be straight. The kids. I hate bad teeth, Kwaku. That is
So we just found 2 more musts. His teeth have to be straight, and he cannot have children.
Oh, he cannot have children. I get too attached to people.
So that's about 20 musts?
No.
What about shoes? Can he have some elbows?
Right. Does he have to have nice shoes?
Yes.
Does he have to be slim or?
Not too big. He doesn't have to be slim, but he can't be. I don't want to put a number, but he can't be huge.
Does he have to dress a certain way?
No, but he can't dress a certain way. Like, he can't look like a bum. It's like you can come out in your sweats. That's cool, but not every day.
Okay. Can he wear red skinny jeans and a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Haircut.
As long as it's not braids.
So he can't... Can he have locks?
Yeah. As long as they're neat.
So he gotta keep his hair done every week. Okay.
Not every week, but they just need to be neat.
Does he have to be American?
No.
Does he have to be black?
No.
Okay. Can he be Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
But
Can
no,
he
doesn't
live with
have to
his
be-
mother?
Why does he live
But you
with
say he has to love her.
He does have to love her, but why does he live with her?
Because it's New York and people like to save on rent. So
But
can
it's
he...
also New York, and people like to live with their mama because she cooks, she cleans, she doesn't want him to leave.
But you want that relationship, though.
I do, but not. You can't be obsessed with her. You still have to be an adult about it.
Because he has to be obsessed with you.
Say it again.
Because he has to be obsessed with you.
Not obsessed, but a lot. Be into me a lot.
I love it. Can he be a garbage man?
Yeah.
Long, awkward pause.
Right.
Look,
He has to be the best garbage man in New York City.
there you go. Okay. Can he have a misdemeanor or any kind of jail?
No.
What's that?
No.
So he cannot have ever done time.
No. Unless it was for like a parking ticket.
Okay. You know Martin Luther King went to jail, right?
Yeah.
So could it be for a cause? Like if he had gone to jail for Black Lives Matter or something, could it be? No, he can't have anything on his record.
What if he has really bad grammar?
Oh. See, y'all making this list longer and Kwaku looking at me like I'm crazy.
It's your list.
Because I already know who to introduce you to.
Who is that?
Jesus Christ.
So Didi, you already met your man. Hallelujah.
That's the only man that meets all qualifications.
We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, great girlfriends, it's that time of year again. We're inviting you to join us for the 2019 Great Girlfriends Doers and Disruptors Conference, June 13th through 15th in New York City. Our 3-day event includes exciting receptions, life-changing panels, connections, masterminds, and more. This year, we had over 100 women from around the world connect with like-minded girlfriends and create incredible memories. Now it's your turn to be a part of this exclusive event. Visit our website, www.thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com, to grab a ticket for yourself and for your greatest girlfriend. We hope to see you there.
Hi, it's your great girlfriend, Brandis Daniel. I am so excited to announce that I am now an author. Yes, I've authored a book sponsored How to Get Brands to Pay for Your Next Event. Over the last 10 years, I've secured over $2 million in sponsorships for my company, Harlem's Fashion Row, and now I am teaching you how to do the same. You can get my new book on www.mysponsoredbook.com.
I just met a man with a perm.
Was it a nice perm?
It was I don't even have a perm.
But was it
a perm? But he brought me a pickle, and I love pickles, and I thought that was so sweet. He brought me a pickle in the club, but I looked at the pickle and I kept going up, and I saw the perm.
Okay, wait.
It's a few things wrong.
Yeah,
here.
there's a few things that we skipped over.
How did I meet him?
They sell a pickle.
What club were you frequenting that sells pickles?
No, he stopped and got the pickle and brought it to meet me.
Wait.
Did you meet him before?
What
I
kind of
met
club?
him in a party.
What kind of club doesn't pat you down before you get in and let you bring pickles in?
Kwaku,
Huh?
I don't go to places that pat you down.
You go to those dangerous places where guys in perms bring you pickles. You might be the club.
Thing. Sometimes we be in the wrong geographic location. The guy that we think is gonna meet this dream list.
Nah, He had a perm, Kwaku. So that was automatically off my list.
But look, let me ask you a question. Can we just go back over this?
Yeah.
So did he know you like pickles? There's more to the story that we didn't get.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the whole story on the podcast.
Did you know this guy?
I met him before, but I didn't remember the perm.
How do you forget a perm?
You met him online?
I was drunk.
Oh.
The end. That explains it right there.
The end.
That explains it right there.
So, Kwaku, a lot of women have very long lists. This list is not abnormal. What do you say to this list?
For the list to there's a better list to focus on in order to find a great guy and keep a great guy. And that's the list that deals directly with you.
Can we change that to like meeting a great guy? Because I don't think women should be hunting for men, like finding them.
No, you're right. But yeah. Okay. So there's a better list that you need to focus on in order to attract a great man and date him and move on to different things. And it's not the list you've prepared on what you want out of him. It should be the list you prepare on what you want out of yourself. Because when you move in that direction of fulfilling those things about yourself, not that you want to change, but things that you want out of yourself and want out of life, and who you want to be in the relationship, he will come. You'll actually have more suitors than you can handle at that point, trying to get with the standard that you immediately set for yourself. It's stop, because for me, for women, what I'd love to say is stop writing these imaginary lists about guys that don't actually exist. The great men that you see, they didn't come that way. If you ask any of their women, they didn't come set the way the list was prepared.
Amen.
They actually, it's like a man is more of a kit than a finished product.
Yes.
And it's going to take you doing some of the work, and him too, to put that man together.
Let me say this is interesting though, because I feel like a lot of times women are told to focus on the potential of a man, but men don't focus on the potential of a woman. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so true. But what I was going to say to Kwaku's point, you remember there's this saying, and it's like this woman she was the first lady, and she was married to the president. Of course, she's the first lady, so she's married to the president. And they went out to her class reunion, and the guy who she almost married was, I believe he was like a sanitation worker or something. And somebody was like, girl, aren't you glad you married him instead of this guy? Because look at who you could have been with. She said, no, if I would have married him, he would have been president.
Yes. I love
and look, Kwaku, that's good, ain't it, Kwaku? Because I believe that it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really do believe that women have a lot of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do, but then how do you filter through, I don't want to say like filter through the guys, but how do you decide how much work you're willing to put into this person? Like, I think when you say, that's great, and I agree that we do have power, but then so many women can take the very same message and say, but so I can fix him, or I can.
That's so true.
And it's just like,
that's
no,
so true.
I believe that my husband is a gift, and I believe I'm a gift to him, and I do not believe, you do not give me a gift that isn't prepared for me to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, why am I trying to fix him?
Yeah, you
can't
fix nobody.
That message should be translated.
You cannot fix anyone.
Not fix a man.
No, I'm not your mama. Like, I'm not her. I don't want to.
I agree.
Well, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. Like when Sybil and I got together, she didn't fix me. Like but one of the things that she did masterfully was she allowed me to see who I was. Mm-hmm. She believed in me in moments where I didn't believe in me. And it didn't fix me, but it motivated me to fix myself. And that's what a good woman should do. Like, she should ask the questions and not question me, but ask the questions, do the thing, provide the love, provide the encouragement to help me move to who I'm supposed to be. And we as men should do the same for women. Like, we're not fixing each other. I didn't fix Sybil. She didn't fix me. It's we got together, and what happens out of that is we constantly, consistently bring out the best in each other. But that bringing out the best in each other only happens by exposing flaws. Like, she let me know, she taught me that there were so many flaws that I didn't even have. Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong until I met Sybil.
He really didn't. He thought.
I was the cat's meow. I was that dude.
And so everything was wrong with me.
Oh, yeah. Everything.
He's like, so you need to get your life together because I'm ready made. Mind you, he came over with some old capri, skin tight, Old Navy pants on and like some Clarks. He was just like stuff that I would have never was non-permissible before, but he had all these other pieces that were working for him that it just excused like the fashion misses that he had.
Let me go on record as saying I was hipster before hipster was hipster.
He was pre-trend. He was pre-trend. Kwaku started that trend. You hear me? Started it.
Tight pants?
Had the tight pants. I was like, okay, I can deal with this because he can learn that, but he treats me with respect. They were like my standards were met. All the other exterior pieces that can change at any given moment, I was like, and then I would ask myself, all right, if he came to my door for the next 20, 30 years with these short pants on, what would I do? And I was like, I would, every time I present him with a nice long pair that he could change into. And I keep it moving. I wouldn't judge him. I would just have a fresh pair of nice long jeans ready for him.
Okay, well that you made a really good point, and I really this is the overall point for me. It's, ladies, if you could kill your lists but build yourself some standards, like that's what you need, because those are the things that we'll latch onto. Now, mind you, those are the things that we will, as men, immediately challenge. Mm-hmm. We will challenge your standard to see if it's real or not.
Yeah, because Dee Dee, we could go down your list and we could pull things and we could say, okay, he loves his mom, but plenty of these dudes love their mom. A lot of dudes in jail love their mama, but be hitting on women. Right? Mm-hmm. So loving mama, Jeffrey Dahmer probably loved his mom. You get what I'm saying? It's not a love for mom, more so it's a respect for women that, you know what I mean, that will allow you to feel like you're always number one in his book, because when you become his whatever, that love for mom is awesome and it has to have a place. Right. Where it's, yeah. And it's like, different place. So it's kind of, we can reposition a lot of things that are on list for a lot of our great girlfriends and shift them into standards that allow them to hold their heads up, necks high, not you, Dee Dee, but I'm saying all of our great girlfriends reposition a lot of the list things and make them into standards that allow you to set expectations in your own world for friends, for potential dates, for leaders in your life, like for everyone in your world. So it's not just, I got this great man, but everything else sucks. It's like, no, I set standards that fit my entire world. It's like criteria for people that get to be in your realm. And I think that, like you said, it makes that dating a lot easier because you start to repel people that don't have the same standards. And it kind of clears the way for you to see people with good standards. It really does, Dee Dee. I promise you. Like, by the time I met Kwaku, I was like, okay, my standards are set. I'm clear on what I don't like.
I definitely know what I don't.
Yes.
I'm very clear on the type of guy I need in my life. And then I met Kwaku and I was like, okay, that wasn't, I thought I was clear, but here he come with some different stuff. Okay, let me see if any of these things contradict my standards. And they never contradicted my standards, but they did challenge me as a woman.
Yes.
But I grew out of it. I didn't shrink out of it. So it's like he unleashed a certain amount of woman in me by the way he met up with my standards, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a difference between standards and preferences. Like, no kids, forgive me, but no kids are preferences. Because if that man is the bomb and happened to make mistakes in his past, like we all do, that's a preference you can easily forgive. But if he lays hands on you and that's not your standard, that's a whole different thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the preferences, what they'll do, honestly, in my opinion, the preferences will keep so many men at bay that may be really good for you. And they may not be the final guy, but they may be a step along the way to even you building your own confidence around, hey, great guys really do exist out there.
Yeah.
He may have had 6 out of 10, but I'm looking for 10 out of 10, and that's fine. But what a standard will do, honestly, is it will make you irresistible to the right guy.
Yes.
Ooh, don't you want to be irresistible?
Yeah.
Like, that's a great feeling. I think what you said is so valid. Now that I'm thinking through it more and more, I have met and know a lot of women who have had preferences that they used as standards, got with someone, even married them, and got confused when things didn't look the way they thought they should have looked. They're like, okay, but I thought he was this and that, but he don't hold down a job, or I thought he was this and that, you know, because he has certain preferences on his lifestyle. You assume that he gonna work hard. Psych, he just likes fine things. That don't mean that man can work. So it's like understanding that, you know, yeah, in math things do add up a certain way, but not necessarily with the chemistry with humans. It doesn't always add up the same way. That because a person has preferences, it creates a certain standard for them. It doesn't mean the same thing, right?
Right.
Absolutely. And I love what Kwaku said about like challenging each other. I feel like that's the biggest piece. I think that person almost, you guys challenge each other in a way that is life-changing. Like, totally. Like things that were, this is how I've always done it, and this is what I've been dealing with for so long. And then I know for me, when Rich came along and challenged some of those things for me, they were life-changing for me. Like, totally. Because I was just kind of going along like, this is just what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not also easy to deal with.
Yeah, no. But somehow that challenge, you be like, you know what? As much as this man is on my nerve, I want him on my nerve. Like,
true. It's true. It's my push.
It's my push. He's stretching me.
Yes.
And I kind of like this. So how does Dee Dee stay optimistic with like that whole, and I don't want to make it seem like we're anti-Kim K. We are not anti-Kim K. We're anti the glorification of women and defining that and making the idea that all women need to be Kim K-ish, right? So how does Dee Dee and all of our other great girlfriends who are so diverse in everything they have to offer, how do they keep their optimism around dating in this kind of environment?
Can I say something right before Kwaku answers that?
Yeah.
I think it's perspective. So I also think that people can sense certain things. Like, I think there is something that we give off, right? Because I have a friend of mine who at any given moment, when she's free, is dating like 3-4 dudes and weighing her options. And then she'll find one she likes, and she's literally sifting through. And I'm just like, I don't understand how other people are like, they can't find anybody to date, and you always got 3 people to date. But it is because she do not think that there's a scarcity of men. And I think that because she believes that there's not a scarcity, that she's very desirable, and she doesn't fit any of that, you know, she's not teeny weeny, skinny, tiny, all that. But I think it's because of what she believes about herself and what she believes about what's available. It is. And I see it. Like, I see it. I'm just like, I mean, we could be out, and I'm like, I was like, wait a minute. She's like, oh, hold on, let me go. I gotta, you know, me and this guy, you know, we've been kind of like trading eye signals the whole time, and he's asking me to come over there, and I'm just like, when did this happen? You know, I've been sitting here talking to you the whole time. But honestly, like, I think it's what she puts out in the world, and I think that Oh, I think it's what she believes, and I think it's what she believes about herself, believes about what's available to her, and I think whatever we believe is kind of true a lot of times.
Dee Dee, do you feel like the example that Brandis just gave is true in your life in terms of the friend that she's speaking of that has no belief around scarcity? She believes that she's desirable and that she has options, so she's starting to see more of those. And when she's ready to meet the man that she wants to be with for a long time, she'll have him. Do you think that same principle applies for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe you have to have the time to do that. You have to have the time to date the 4 guys. But I do believe that the men are out there, and I do believe that I'm desirable. But there's certain months in my life where I'm just like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to come to your restaurant. I don't want to get to know you. But then this month, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's date. So It's just like yesterday, I just told my friends, it's like, okay, it's 2016. Somebody got to get a boyfriend because we all cannot be paying for these dinners again. So it's just like, but now we have the time, and it's just a time where we want to do it. So I think the timing is important.
So, Dee Dee, are you ready for a relationship?
No. I'm ready for somebody, but I don't know if I'm ready for like a long term. I'm not ready to get with someone and start talking about marriage and all that stuff now.
Okay, that's good to hear. It's just kind of curious because I feel like sometimes I hear people saying a lot of what you're saying, which is that I need my space sometimes. I need a lot of space sometimes. No, actually, I go through phases where I want just me time, but then they want to be married. And I'm like, okay.
No, I'm just sick of paying for stuff all the time.
Right. Oh, so they're sick of paying for stuff all the time. So that's what it is.
So I'm like, date, because you know what my motto was when I was single.
So funny.
If you treating, I'm eating.
And not only was she eating, but the people around her was
everybody eating.
I do believe in that. If you with me and you buy me a drink, okay, my friend need one too.
That is hilarious. I love it. Kwaku shake his head.
Look at Kwaku.
Shake his head. What do you say to that, Kwaku?
That's a doggone manipulation.
Hey, my great grandma told me
I'm supposed to buy a drink for all your family members because I'm interested in you.
Not all your family members, just whoever is there at the moment.
But is that a first date thing, or is that like we've dated for a while?
So the treating, you see, okay, so here's the thing. On the, if you treating, I'm eating part, that's just first date. I mean, when you in your 20s, as far as Brandis is concerned, I'm like, go out on dates. You get a chance to experience all kinds of new restaurants and things.
It's so true.
Like,
it's so true.
Am I lying, Sybil?
Enjoy a great meal.
Enjoy a great meal.
Twitter, or I mean, what's the enjoy a great meal compliments of eHarmony or Match or wherever online space you know what I mean. Enjoy a great meal.
My philosophy in my 20s, Kwaku. It really was. Once I had given you a few opportunities to give me a meal, then I might say, can we get something to go for my cousin? After all, I had given you my time on 2 or 3 dates.
I love that.
And this is a true story.
This is a true story.
I don't know if I ever did it to go, but Kwaku, you met me post New Orleans, but in New Orleans, if you met me and you asked me if I wanted a drink, well, I'm sitting there with 2 friends. You're gonna buy drinks for all of us.
Yeah, I just did that.
That's the rule.
I'm gonna buy drinks for the one I'm interested in.
That's rude.
That's so rude.
If I buy drinks for all 3 of y'all, 2 of y'all might get the wrong idea.
No, if you got permission to go dance with me from the friends, you just got permission. You just bought time.
I didn't do it.
You just bought me from my friends.
Bought me. The friends will no longer block you.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it was a whole.
Just me personally. I didn't do that. You can put that on record. I didn't do that.
Say what is really funny though is when Rich and I first started dating, he used to bring cupcakes for the whole house because I had 2 roommates. So it was really kind of rude to come through the house with cupcakes just for me.
Mm. But he's coming to the house.
Yes.
You don't walk into the lion's den with one steak. That's not a good thing.
Right.
They gonna end up too good.
You better bring something for everybody. You better ask ahead of time. What are your roommates like? Whatever.
That's true.
But the club?
Yes, the club.
Club too. Yeah.
Club?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you met me at a great time.
Yeah,
you did. You met me at a great time. I was clubbing everything.
Because I was
retired.
God knew. So,
So what are our takeaways, guys?
set a standard. If you set a standard as a woman, you're already really far ahead of the competition, if you will. We are more attracted to a woman with a standard than we are to one who just gives freely, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
We'd much rather fight and fight and fight for a championship than pick $1 up off the ground.
Oh.
Ew.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you a Dylan. Ew.
Man. Okay.
Woo! Sybil, your takeaway?
I'm gonna say stop competing. Stop competing. Stop looking to your left. Stop looking to your right. Stop assessing what the next woman is doing and making your weave longer or your lipstick brighter and lifting your breasts higher with your little bra and getting your waist thinner. Stop doing all the stuff that you see other women doing and do what's true to you. Like, be your true self. If you don't have a small waist and you don't like wearing waist shapers, don't wear it because you think it's going to make you look better. Do what's you. Like, if you like your hair natural, don't straighten it because you heard men like straight hair. Wear your natural hair. And if you don't like lipstick, don't wear it. Just keep your lips moist. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what I mean? If you're smart and you like to wear your intelligence, wear it in a way that's gracious and elegant. You know what I'm saying? Like Dee Dee said, I'm not a heels girl. Now, I used to be pro every girl wear heels, but these days it's different. You don't have to wear heels if you're not a heels girl. You know what I mean? Just be who you are. If you're a really silly, fun-loving girl who is quirky, be cool with that. Don't try to be someone that you're not, and don't try to compete with other women. Learn to own your own identity. Learn to be excited about your identity. Don't feel inferior because you see some other woman who's, has different criteria getting snatched up. And don't be competitive with your friends. Everybody has a different identity and accept it.
I'll say this from a man's point of view. Beyonce, Kim K, Michelle Obama, Serena Williams, they're all fly because they're not competing with anybody. They know who they are. They accept who they are. They rock who they are. And you can like them or you don't like them. The problem comes in every woman goes out and tries to model those women who are unabashedly themselves. So you can't think you're going to get the same results when it's not necessarily for you. Like Sybil was saying, you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you tell yourself you're fly. You tell yourself that you're the bomb or something. Everybody's got something. If it's your teeth, if it's your hair, if it's your size, whatever it is, you just love that and just rock that. And I promise you that guys will find that attractive. We'll only find attractive what you find attractive.
That's so true. Kwaku, I think you just took my takeaway.
Brandis, what's your takeaway?
My takeaway was going to be for women to remember you're the prize.
Yes.
And I think especially nowadays, it almost feels like sometimes the guy is the prize. But I think we have to remember that we're the prize. And so a prize should be treated a certain way. Absolutely. And a prize should be chased down. And a prize should be the one who's getting the phone calls. And something that my sister told me a long time ago that I never forgot was, you don't be so predictable.
Yes.
You don't have to always answer the phone when he calls.
Amen.
My mama said that. My mama's a player.
You do not have to always answer the phone when he calls. And he should be calling you, especially in the beginning. he should be doing, I'm going to say like 85 to 90% of the calling. And he should be calling you. He should be doing 85 to 90% of the calling. Mm-hmm. In the very beginning, absolutely.
You
and
just
all
said
that texting business, I had a rule, 3 texts maximum. Don't text me after 3 times or I'm not going to respond. And Rich didn't believe me until he didn't get any reply back.
Well, and as a note, ladies, if he's not doing that calling in the beginning, you're one of many.
Right. Or just don't buy. If he's not calling, forget it.
Yeah.
If he's not calling, if he's not chasing, if he's not trying to live up to whatever that standard is you've put out there, don't bother.
Yep. Absolutely. I love it.
So
Dee Dee Love.
Yes.
What is your takeaway?
To get rid of the list.
Yes.
To get rid of the list. To get rid of the list for the man and create one for myself.
There you go.
And to accept the challenge to accept it when a guy challenges me and not just run from it.
Oh, okay. So, yes, Dee Dee, you almost made us go back in. There might be another podcast seriously on that. How do we handle challenges? Because that's bigger than just the guy challenging you. It's people challenging you. It's like, what do we do? How do we process a challenge and the way that we take in, how do we process it? Is it as a rejection? Is it as an inferiority? Or is it as someone who's really good for you? And knowing which challenges are good and which are bad.
Yes.
I love that, Dee Dee.
Yay.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
This was amazing.
I thought this was amazing as well. I really did. We had some dynamic guests today.
We did.
Dee Dee, thank you so much for sharing this insight with us because, Brandis and I are off the dating scene. We better. We're tired. Well, I think we had a fantastic, amazing show, right, Brandis?
We did. This was incredible.
Dee Dee, Kwaku, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
I'm like, yeah, you're welcome.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you. This was amazing.
It was fun. You gonna come back?
If you'll have me, I'll come back.
Aw, you're so sweet.
And I'll come back if you pay me.
I'm talking about Dee Dee. That's what I'm saying.
I'm out here paying for my own food right now, Sybil. But if you know somebody who's treating on me, so okay, you got my number.
Listen, girlfriends, you just heard it live from Dee Dee. So we want to thank our husbands again.
Yes, thank you, Rich, for holding it down with Miss Scott so I can be recording.
Yeah, thank you, Kwaku, for all that wisdom you dropped on us.
It's my pleasure.
Boom. Love it. Damn.
Thank you to Miss Sky, who's sleeping well, and she's such a little pumpkin.
Aw, and Sam and Dylan, I really honestly don't know what they're doing right now. Thank you, Sam and Dylan. At least I know the house not on fire. That's one thing we know.
Oh, my goodness. And to all of our great girlfriends, thank you guys for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter. You can listen on our website,
thegreatgirlfriends.com,
on iTunes, Stitcher, or Blueberry. Remember to check us out on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends,
Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends,
Twitter,
_Great GFS,
and tell all your friends to visit our website at
thegreatgirlfriends.com.
Post your questions, share with your friends, keep listening, and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Brandis.
I'm Sybil.
I'm Kwaku.
I'm Deondra.
And we're signing off.
Peace.
Bye, guys.